You finish exploring a Mineshafts and Monsters dungeon and looting literally everything in sight, only to realize that some of the loot you can't even use. When you're exploring, you found loot that said Fame Level 2, Fame Level 3, and Fame Level 4. All of these, you are not. What is Fame, and how do you unlock it in Mineshafts and Monsters? I'm going to be answering this question and showing how you can unlock all of the stages of Fame in Mineshafts and Monsters. The first clue to this can be found in the book you gain by slaying your first Illager. This book says that Fame is directly related to mine colonies. That's only half the answer though. Fame 4 is an entirely different ballgame. Since you start at Fame 1 automatically, unlocking Fame 2 is going to be your first goal. This is accomplished easily by finding a supply ship or a supply drop in any dungeon and starting a mine colony. Mine Colonies is a really sweet mod, and I'm not going to make that the focus of this video, but I'm going to give you an abridged version just so that it makes a little bit of sense. Mine Colonies is a mod that turns Minecraft into a city simulation game, where you get to create a colony, name it, and control everybody inside of it, including their jobs, their functions, and what they build. While the mod seems tedious at first, it's actually a lot of fun and rather addictive to watch your city be built from scratch by an AI within the game. Fame 2 is a pretty simple task. All you need to do is grow your colony to the point where you have 10 citizens living happily within it. Then you'll see this notification trigger. Look at that! Fame 3 takes quite a bit longer since you need to get 30 citizens total. Rather than showing you the entire progress for this, what I'm going to do is show you a clip from my survival series where I actually get this achievement. Fame 4 is a little bit different since it's not intrinsically tied to Mine Colony. To unlock Fame 4, you need to unlock it the same way that you unlock most of the main story quests for Mineshafts and Monsters, by trading with villagers. This quest is specifically unlocked after you trade with a villager 400 times. That's not 400 trades for one specific villager, that's just 400 total villager trades. The quest book is called Legends, and it details 6 enemies you need to fight across the entire world in order to unlock Prestige Level 4. Odds are, by this point, you've seen and likely defeated several of these by the time you get here, but I'm going to go through each one and show you where you can find them and what they're like. This is the first dungeon that you're going to look for. It is a Gorgon temple, and specifically, from Greek mythology, the Gorgon is someone who can basically turn you to stone by looking at you. You're going to want to craft a blindfold. Go ahead and equip this. Once you know that the Gorgon's going to turn you to stone and you have a blindfold, the Gorgon's not particularly difficult, and you probably won't see her until, yeah, right there. So we're just going to go ahead and one-tap her because of all the Risk of Rain mods, but you can see we have 1 of 6 legends slain. Alrighty, the next one on the list is what's called a Frost Maw. It is one of the harder bosses. What I suggest for him is to kind of keep your distance. He will freeze you. I fought all these bosses in survival, so if you would like to see the actual fights, go ahead and check out the survival series that I have on my channel. So this is Rude Awakening. We defeated him. He's our second legend. This next legend is a doozy and probably the most annoying one that you can fight. Barako the Sun Chief. Rush him, but make sure that you kill his followers, because when his health gets low, he's going to summon them to heal him, and he's invulnerable while he's being healed. This is probably the last one you're going to fight just because of how annoying he is. Alright, the next 2 aren't really that bad. One of them is called the Naga. They don't have a structure that hides them or anything like that, but they like to spawn on coastal cliffs. And what we do is you pretty much just attack him, if you can catch him. Alright, Hydras like to spawn in little dirt domes like this, and the trick to a Hydra is the only way they're not going to regenerate is if they're on fire, so make sure you bring a flint and steel. Or you can just one-tap them if you have enough Risk of Rain items. This is the next structure you're going to look for, and honestly, I'd be surprised if you missed this one. This guy's really interesting because he has 3 different attacks. You can only attack him from behind. After he does a slam move, this boss is really slow, so if you have some goat hooves from Risk of Rain, he is quite simple. There you go. Okay, so that's what you need to do. He's got a hitbox slightly below his belt. When he dies, that'll be everything you need for Fame Level 4. This is my continued series of Mineshafts and Monsters tutorials. If you want to see more about this mod pack specifically, please consider subscribing and looking at the rest of this playlist. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.